Today we'll be talking about chi-square, and chi-square measures relationships between either two nominal variables or two ordinal variables. So here is my Spss data set, and it is from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey from Guilford County High Schools. My research question is there a relationship between suicide attempts during the past 12 months that resulted in an injury, poisoning, or overdose that had to be treated by a doctor or nurse, and during the past 12 months did your girlfriend, boyfriend physically assault you on purpose? So to answer this question, we need variables question 32 and question 21. So in order to do a chi-square, we first need to go to Analyze. Then you go to Descriptive Statistics, and then to Crosstabs. Click on it. And here you have the option to put questions in the rows or the columns. And you can also change your view from variable, from the names, or the labels. And if you already know your question numbers, it may be easier if you change it to the variable names. So in the column, I like to put the cause there. So what do I think is causing the problem? And so I think the cause in this case would be question 21. Did your boyfriend or girlfriend ever hit, slap, or physically hurt you on purpose? And I think as a result or an effect goes in the row, my question 32. So, and since my questions were already here, to get them over here, you just use the arrows. So like we imported question 2 from this side to that side. And if you want something to go back, you just use the arrows again. So now we're going to go to our cells. And here under percentages, we're going to select column. And I had it selected already, but I'm going to just highlight it again for you. And if you want to include row percentages in your output, you can also select row. And if you want to include the total percentages in your output, you can also select total. However, for this purpose and to keep it on a simpler basis, I'm just going to select column percentages for now. Then you hit continue, and then we go to statistics and select chi-square. Chi-square was already selected, but I'll just highlight it for you again. And you hit continue. I don't know if I just clicked that or not. Then to get our output, we just hit OK. And this brings up our output. So the top part is a summary of the number of people who responded to the question and what percent of the total respondees responded to that particular question. So the first part right here correlates to the first question. So we had 2,342 students who responded to the first question, and that was 98.8% of all of the students in the survey. The second box with 29 students and 1.2% correlates to the second question. And then the third box, if you add 2,342 and 29 together, you get 2,371, and also a percentage of 100%. So these are the students who answered both questions. Scrolling down, this is our cross-tabulation table. And like I said, we did column percentages. So column, remember, goes down. And as you can see, if you ever get stuck or may need help identifying or distinguishing between columns and rows, you can always look at your total. The totals down here are 100%, so you know you're going to read going down. And the category, the column that we're looking at, the question is, during the past 12 months, did your boyfriend or girlfriend ever hit, slap, or physically hurt you on purpose? So this first column is yes, and is divided up into the responses as they responded to the second question. So 162 people said yes, their partner hit them on purpose, physically hurt them on purpose. And 162 people said yes to that, and they also said yes to, I did not attempt suicide during the past 12 months. And so that's 76.1% of everyone who responded to this question said yes, I have been physically hurt by my partner. However, I did not attempt suicide during the past 12 months. And you just read the output like that. So to give you another example, 11 people responded that they were physically abused by their partner. And yes, during the past 12 months, they did attempt a suicide attempt that resulted in injury, poison, or overdose that had to be treated by a nurse. And going down one more, 40 students responded yes, they had physically been assaulted by their boyfriend or girlfriend. However, these students also responded to the second question, no. So no, they did not attempt suicide during the past 12 months. And since they did not attempt suicide, their attempt did not result in injury, poisoning, or overdose that had to be treated by a doctor or nurse. So that's just a little bit on how to read the cross-tabulation. And moving down is our chi-square test box. And there's here we look at our Pearson chi-square value, and it's 20.181. And then we want to look at the p-value. So all of these are p-values. For some reason, Spss likes to label p-values as the symptom significance two-sided. So our p-value is less than 0.05. So this indicates that we have a statistically significant relationship between these two questions that we are analyzing. And also something to note, when you have a large chi-square value and a small p-value, less than 0.05, this leads more towards a perfect relationship. And since our numbers are positive, they're not negative, this means that we have a positive relationship. And that just means as one variable increases, so does the next. So as A goes up, B goes up. And that is how you perform chi-square in SPSS, and that is how you interpret it. Thank you.